I was just sexually harassed by a client, and I want to talk about it because I know I am not the first clinician for it to happen to, and I won't be the last. So right as I started treatment, I noticed some different behaviors that my patient was demonstrating. They were having this motor movement. It almost seemed like a tic in their arm that was new. I've never seen that happen before. And they also weren't being visually attentive to our treatment materials. They were really staring at me, which is something new as well. Now, this patient is a stroke survivor, and my immediate instinct was, I wonder if they are having a TIA right now, also known as a mini stroke. And I became concerned and was constantly checking in on them and checking for the telltale signs, but everything did seem to be okay, so we kept pushing through. And they started to be attentive, but then they started to also demonstrate some vocal tics, some verbal tics as well. And those things were sexual in nature, very inappropriate. I'm not going to say them. I'm going to put some text up to show a few of them. And I think my body went into a type of survival state and was just thinking as logically as possible about, okay, let me let all the caregivers around the patient know what's going on, what I'm seeing, what I think it might be. It might be a new neurological symptom, which means that something has changed and something may be wrong. But then I did want to exit the situation as quickly as possible. Again, I think I was in a survival response. Once I was safely out of that situation, I called my sponsor and she did make me feel a lot better. And she told me these steps, which you should follow as well if something like this happens to you. Number one is create very firm boundaries and take a sort of parental stance to this situation, because even though someone might have neurological issues and what they are doing does not indicate the type of person they are at all, you still have to say, we do not speak to each other like this, and if you continue to speak to me like this, then I will be leaving. So maintaining firm boundaries, but then also letting the people around them know that you will not be returning unless there is more support around you. Because in this instance, it was me and a caretaker, an aide, and the spouse was not around, but I let that person know that I will not be returning unless the spouse is around. Also, make sure that you write what happened in your note for that day and let HR know as well. I want to make it clear that before this point, nothing like this ever even was close to happening. This patient has always been so lovely to me. That's why I really think something deeper neurological is going on, but it doesn't excuse the behavior. If